just these patterns that are repeated. The freedom part, I don't look to it. If you have a patient that one day it becomes on red dress, the other day on black, the other day on blue, the other day on long dress, the other day on shorts, it doesn't tell anything. But if it always comes on black, then there is a question. Why there's always in black? I don't work with the freedom. I work just with the pattern that's always repeated. After this session, you can go outside. I saw there are 3 paintings here on this floor. You can go there and see. I don't know if they are the same people, but you can see what is repeating there. Because here we don't have anything, but outside, you can see in your hotel room or in your house. It's incredible how it works, that people really, I buy a painting to put in my house that it has something to do with me, even if it's not I painted. It's there on my wall. It can be good or it can be bad. I remember my son was in the hospital. He stayed 1 week looking for a painting there. I was there. I said, second day I went and took it out from the wall. I said, you're not looking 1 week to this stupid painting here. It's going to be worse because it was missing one part of the small horse there. It's something that, and he was having problems with his lung. And then I said, if he looks to this, it doesn't recover. And it's very important what we see all the time. And usually it has these same patterns. Okay, now we are going to the moving part. I want you first to draw one lemniscata that is like an 8. I will show you here in the paper. Here you have the colors. Eu vou mostrar. This is the one. You can make one of those there in one paper. You can choose the color. Here's the paper. Yeah, there on the paper. Ah, you have done it. Yeah. Yeah. This is one thing that we start doing with the people. Always, they start showing themselves. Then with just one piece of paper like this, what I can see, what you can say from this painting? It fills the page. Then you can check on your own. Does it fill the too big, too small? It can be too big or too small. If people make too big, next time, fit inside. If it's too small, next time, outside. If it's too, what you can say with the color, what color you choose. The one that was on the table near me, the one I choose because I wanted, or the one that it just happened to come. Then this is one way of self-conscience. The whole thing here is to pick up the self-conscience. Why haven't you done? Todo mundo fez. Não feito.
A while back, you were talking about not drawing small. I was doodling while you were doing it. I was drawing a very, very small picture. So when you said, I decided I should go with a very bold color and fill up the whole page. But I noticed that
It's like this. Then you can see if the upper part and the lower part are the same size. Here, you can see it's a little bit smaller here. Or then, what does it mean? I don't know. Then, this is just a question point. I cannot say anything because it's one time you have done it. But if this repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats, then it's a question. Why? How is my body and my mind working? The other thing is that how is the balance between the right side and the left side of the painting. Usually it can be really people that has a stroke, they have very difficult, if they have some brain damage, very difficult to put it on the right. If we think about addicts, they have very difficult find this line. It can be like this, just this, como é eixo? Axle. Is it right? Axis. This axis is really important. Why? If I am a centered people, this must be right on me. How do you feel if I talk with you 2 hours like this? Everybody goes home. Then, if you have a painting in your room that is like this, you wake up in the morning, the first thing you see there, very important. Then this balance, it really is important. I have one patient once, he has a stroke when he was a baby, and he has this very small arm and very small leg, but he was walking, and we were working with this, and he made a very lopsided one. And then I said, now turn the page. And it was lopsided for the other side. And I thought, this is weird. How can it be? And then he just copied. You see here, you can see the, it was very thin paper. He just copied on top of that. That was because it was, but usually it's always for the side that people has, the weakness side is the, then this is one thing. It shows here. It's the same. It's the same. It's like this. It can be like really this. And then I can think that this size is the one that or because I've done like this size. Because
so mine's off center. Does that mean I'm meant to be older?
No. When I'm talking about this function, it's really something like this. Because usually we don't know how to make, if I'm tired a little bit, it starts, how you feel in the end of the day. Aren't you tired? And then the energy, if there's, yeah, it really shows here. Yeah. But we don't use diagnostic because we are not allowed to. We cannot say, but we can notice. Tira com essa também. Aqui. And then, here on this page, try to find this page is in the other one, in the use of flowing forms in logotherapy. It's this. Everybody's there? Yeah. When we saw a film in our days, and the guy is there in the hospital, lying there, and there's this machine on his side, what happened when this line goes straight like this? Huh? Yeah. Then he's dead. Huh? Then, this is what Viktor Frankl say about the homeostasis. Homeostasis is a dead place. Nothing happens. Tomorrow will be the same day as today. How do you feel? Happy or? Huh? We are having the same soup, the same potato, and nothing will happen. Huh? People get bored from their lives because it's just again and again and again. Then we need something new. Then you can try there on the paper. Now we are just trying this, but usually I make people make the whole page of one line. We don't have time here. You can just try and make. You can use the paper like this. It's better. Then you have more space. Make like this. Make first one line. Just the first line there. Straight. Turn the paper, then you have more space. Yeah. Try to make one line. No, the straight line. Just feel this straight line there. How it feels to make this.
Can you do it more than once?
No, you can just
once?
yeah. And now we start happening to do something. Then you try this line, something happens. Some small movement, very small. And now what happens here is that this movement starts increasing. It starts to be bigger, like a wave. And it's also going forward, moving me to this direction. I'm going there, feeling this. And then this goes, like now we are in the tree here, more again. It goes more in front and more behind, more in front and more behind. So hurry. And then try not to go so quickly because we have hurry because of the time. But the idea here is to really feel this line. What happens next is started to touch here just when it comes back. I'm going, when I come back, I touch here. Then I'm going in front, and when I come back, I touch. Just touch. I'm not going over. This. Is it easy, or you must be very attention of this? Yeah. Then we don't have to have hurry. I must go because the line must be where I want it to be. They must touch where I want them to touch, not just how it happens. This is where we start now, training myself for my hand to do what I want. This will part, this inner part. Next is a little bit on top. I make a small, when I'm going, I'm free. When I'm coming back, I'm going on top. Yeah, there you can see, they're touching.
Finally.
Yeah, this is very important. In this other one, it really has to touch the lines.
Why?
Because this was the proposal of the work.
Okay.
This is the task. And when I do with a patient, with a client, he makes just one of this one day. Now you are having a shock treatment. It's just for you to understand the idea here. Because I want them just to touch here. And this is what it should be. If I think with the addictions, what is the right thing, what's the wrong thing? It must be the right one. I must do the right idea. I must train myself to do what it should be done. I must brush my teeth, I must take a shower, I must clean my clothes, I must clean the house. We have all those things that it's very important to people to do. And this is one of those. And then the next, it's going and coming and crossing again. Until we got one of those here down. It's should be very symmetrical, the way I'm going and the way I'm coming back. There's a lot of paper there. Take more paper if it doesn't fit there.
The way they hold their tongue, does that have any importance?
Who?
Like this.
Yes. It shows how difficult it is. Next time I can say, you can put your tongue inside. It's the same thing like the hand that was really closed. It really has to be something that in peaceful I do. I don't have to stress myself to do. And then in the next page, we have this. Yeah?
Sorry, I'm getting caught up probably just in the word where at the beginning you said the flat line, like it's dead. You called it homeostasis.
Yeah.
And, and then you're working to kind of mix that up and do something different and change. And I get that part, but when I'm working with clients a lot of the time, I'm trying to get them to build a new balance and finding new points of homeostasis, right? Like where it fits and where it works and it works together well. So maybe I'm just conflicted with
Yeah. It's always a little bit confusing. But the idea here, it's like I said, we want them to find balance. This is first thing. But the balance doesn't mean that I stay stopped here. I'm in balance. I'm not moving at home. I'm not moving. I'm just there in front of the TV the whole day. I don't want this. I want something moving with an idea behind. This is the idea. Because the line is already one moving thing. We're working all the time with the line. But the line, flat line, is something that really, we can start moving it very slowly. Because the problem is that people are, if I have a problem, I'm stuck in some idea. It can be, my mother, my father, I was raped, I was that. I am like this because of that, or because of that, or because of that. My past, something happened there, and I'm all the time in the same circle. I cannot move from this. The idea is to find the central, the balance with that thing behind, but I can move forward. That's because the idea of putting the line always forward, not to the past. I'm going in front. I'm going in front. This next one, you can make this small one here on the corner. You can make one big on the paper. And here also, when I'm saying big paper to make this, usually it's this size that I use. The client makes this big paper, not this ones. This is just here for learn. But to touch people, it must be big paper. Same thing as the painting. It's not a small thing. It should be big. Then this, you can make one big one of this. One big one. One big one. What?
That big paper.
Yeah.
Is that about the expression of freedom?
Freedom, and also my body. My body must come with me. If I'm making like this small on the paper, here is the same thing. Here's the same thing again, from the beginning, from this one. If I say, make one big on the paper, what size it should be? It must fulfill the paper. Because this is now that I want you to, because this is a very important flowing form. If I have some people that has to change something, this is a very good form. This was created or designed or used a lot by a pope named Callisto in 400. And the idea here is that I'm going in one direction. I stop. I come backwards. I cross with the one that I have done. I continue, and then I stop. I decided to change my direction. I was going like this. Now I'm coming, and I'm going like that. And then I cross with the old one, the first one, and the second one. And then this, if people know or don't know, if they do this, it helps this changing attitude. This is the base of logotherapy. People must change their attitude in front of life. I cannot change you, but I can change myself. This is the only point I can change. I cannot change the world, I can change myself. Wasn't Gandhi that said that be in the world the change you want to see in the world? Something like this. Did you understand? And here also, it comes a law that this is very important in the flowing forms, that It's not me that makes this law, but it's an ancient law that each time I reach one line, I cross one time on top, the other time on down, under. Then you can try here. When I'm saying I'm going on top, I really put the line on top. When I'm going under, I can stop a little bit early. Each time, this went up, under, up, under, up, under. This is a very, very important law that if we could have it in our life, that, okay, today I'm doing the dishes, tomorrow you are doing the dishes. Tomorrow you are doing the dishes. If we are 4, we can share. Or I do the dishes, but you cook. This sharing thing, when we are together with other people, we must find this relationship thing that it works. Because how people feel if I always have to take the dog out. Is it nice? But sometimes I feel it's too much. You should share, not every day, but I wanted you to go today, but no, I have to go. And this is those feelings that really put people down. And the life is made by very simple things. Who in our daily lives make great and enormous things? Doesn't we usually just take a shower, brush our teeth, take our coffee, go to work, go to lunch, or once in a life I come here and I'm in front of speaking for you. This is not my everyday life. This is the huge. Because if I was here every day, it was also boring. People have to have this up and downs things that then I can enjoy being up. And I know that this is the time and tomorrow it's going down. But if we think this, how is it, bipolar, isn't the bipolar today, this bipolar? They go too much high and too much down. We must find what is the up and down that it's safe in my life. Not so high and so down in a short period. I can be the boss of my life. That's the whole idea. And this helps us find this balance. And this is the simple one. And all the rest of those, next page, they are copy of them. Here we have, the next one is one goes up and one goes down. And we can make it one line. And the other one, it's the same, but then I come back and I make this 4. Time goes fast. And this you can try at home. And we have difference here. These ones are round. My changing in life is not so deep. It's a round one. Or it can be very shaped, very, very pointed. And here is also people that are more pointed in life and people that are more round in life. People that speak very rigid and very hard, they are more squared or pointed. And these people, yeah, maybe, I don't know. Then here we have these 2 We have the points here and the round here. I can make it pointed down here also if I want, or I can make them round here. This is what I want the people to try, yeah?
Have you noticed that alcoholics tend to round the corners?
Yeah. Because they're not clear. Oh.
Categories of addictive or psychiatric things. I'm not asking you to give us a DSM-4 thing, but in general, somewhere published a list of like alcohol dependent people often do rounded corners and the drawing.
No, there's not.
The polars do half round and half square.
This is my dream.
Oh, okay. Almost like a diagnostic.
Yeah. It should be very interesting because the patterns, they repeat which sickness you have, but there's no proving it already. But we can think how addicted people are in life. They have rules to eat or no, to go to sleep and to wake up and to go to work or not. What are your yes or no? Say no. Usually they are more free. They don't like, they hate doing these things. But it's like me, I hate going to the academy and not eating chocolate. But it's what we have to do. Therapy is what we have to do, even I like or not. Yes? Yeah, but the breaking is that just you see how it is. Because in the beginning, I must make the whole form, and next time, I'm going up and down. Because first, I must know where to go up and down. If there's no line, how can I go down where there's no nothing? But if I come in, and I know, I can make it down already if there's a line. But you don't know how many, because this is a simple one. If you look to this one, next page, it's much more complicated to find this up and down. And I'm sure I have tested them by myself because I didn't believe. I make all of them up and down, and it works. If it doesn't work, the form is wrong, something wrong. You have designed it something wrong. You have followed the wrong line. They're always, I don't know if somebody of you have seen the seal of Leonardo da Vinci. It's a round one with, yeah. It's a round one, maybe like this size, with this, and up and down, and it goes in, I don't know how many levels of this. And it's up and down. If you go to Europe there, in Granada or in Spain, they have those churches made with this drawings. If you have ever seen, they always go up and down, up and down. If you go to England, you see this Celtic, they go up and down, up and down, up and down, always. This is really, really old thing. It's nothing new. This is just a new approach of old things.
What are the dots about?
Yeah, the dots are, this is the one thing that is this knot. This and this is the series of the knots. And this one here, we have a dot and then I can put how many dots I want, and then I can circle them, going and then coming back. This is the first one. And these dots is like I put in my life. I have to make this and this and this and this, and I have to make all of them. I cannot leave one dot out. If I have 4 children, I have to feed the 4 children. I cannot miss one. I have put them all in the right place. And here is the difference. If I put them in different distance, if they are shorter, the round will be smaller. If they are far, the round will be bigger. And this makes a living thing if I just change where I put my dots. Bigger projects, smaller projects. Or I can make them in a line that is living. And then I have to circle all of them. And then if I have a very rigid people, this can help. If I have addicted patients, they really love those chaotic. And then we start from chaos, and then we bring to the line very 1 centimeter between each one. The ones that are in chaos, we try to put order. The ones that are in order, we try to bring them to chaos. But it's what? Yeah, but the most important thing is that people exercise this. But I don't want to change him from here to there. I want him to have this whole scale. Today is a party, chaos or rigid. Very nice party was yesterday. Or now we are having a meeting. Yeah, you're going to see there on the beach, yeah. Then you must put the right thing in the right place. This is the biggest deal with addicted, because they don't know what is the right where. And this is something that goes really deep inside, because it should be this form in this place and this line on here. If I want a point 1, it should be point here and round here. It cannot be different. This is very, very objective thing to work. It's a mathematical thing. You really can put on a squared paper and make it really work. And then the dots can be in 1 line, in 2 lines, in 3 lines, and they are like this. And here is when we use this, they can be closed and they can be open, like this. I have the numbers here, the numbers of the dots that are inside. If I have here 6, 5, 6, I have 2 different lines to make my form. I cannot do it in one. This is very important also. I can have 3 lines to make my form. I don't need 4. I just need 3. 1, 2, and 3. And I can make all the dots you can imagine, and using these lines here, this.
Do you get them to skip over the lines to respect which goes over what?
Yeah. Okay. Always 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down. But when the form is ready.
How is that helping a rigid person practice chaos?
No, this is not rigid. No. This one was that you put the line on. You got the idea. Yeah, and here, but here you can see, if I have a people that has divorced now, it was not my wish. The other one just leave me, and I cannot do this in my life. My life is completely chaos because I cannot deal with this. I can make this in the last page. The first one, you can see you have 6, 5, 6, 5. But this big form I've made with one line. I don't need nobody else. If we think with addicted, I don't need nothing else to be happy. I can be happy with me. And then I can do this big thing with one line. Or the next one, now we are getting married and we are having problems, but we don't want to divorce. I need 2 lines to make the form. And then I can make people make this 5, 4, 5, 4. It's another one. One is open and the other one is closed. They are different. Questions? Yeah, eu já falei. We have here in the other one, we have another one that is 3 lines. It's on the other paper. That is 5, 4, 5, 4. Then I have 3 lines to make this form. Down here, under the star, the last one down there, you can see is 3 lines you need to make this. Then, if I think it's a therapeutic thing, this one can be the therapist and the husband and the wife. We need this. It comes and goes. That it ended. No, it's in the other one.
It's in the same book, on page 5.
Ah, sorry. Chaos coming.
In this one, Marianne, okay, I'm going to go back to where you were here. How is this one closed and this one open?
No. This line is closed, the black one.
Okay.
They have 2. One is
Because
open.
here's 2. Yeah, and this is just one line.
Yeah.
And this is 2.
No, this is 2, not because of this 2. Because, no, this is also 3. This is the 5, 4, 5, 4. You have this single one, the dark one, and the 2 one.
Oh, okay, get it.
Yeah. I wanted to show you, time is going too fast for me. I usually give this course in a week. People goes after. But here is a process of changing. Like we were talking in the beginning, we have this 5-step. This is a 5-step process. We can make this form with people. 2 circles. One blue outside, red inside. First step, I open it. Then I make it straight. 3rd step. Then I change it down. And then I have round outside and blue inside. Then they are the same, but they're not the same. People after the therapy, they don't have to change, be different, but they are different. Something has changed inside. This is what we want that people experience that I don't have to change my form, but I have to change inside of me. This is in 5 steps. This is very simple. This is more complicated. This is the changing in 7 steps. I have here the same movement, static on a place. And then it started to go down. And then it's touched each other. And then they go through, they go together, that they become this. And then here is the big transformation point, because I'm starting to open from the other side. And then they touch already, and here they don't touch, and then they become the same. And here also, if we follow one spot, if I think this spot here, in the next one, he will be here, isn't it? And then it will be here somewhere. And it will be here. And it will be here. It will be here. And here. Can you follow this idea? Then what happens here? All the points had changed place. The figure is the same, but it has something different. And here is the 7-step program of changing. Isn't the 4th step the most difficult one to go to the 5? Because here it's very easy to go back. Remember my 20 pounds that I let somewhere? It's here. How easy it's to go back, eat again. I leave the drugs. I'm not taking anymore. But do I really change my life that I don't need them anymore? Or I'm very easy to go back here? This is the most difficult part to make this step here, to go forward and not. We always have this possibility to go back. But if we manage this step here, from the 4 to the 5, it's really something. And here, if we make this with the patient, we can make more steps in between. But the most important one are here. This is rigid, this moved, this touched. These are completely together. This is still together, open, and rigid again. This is our circle of transformation. We need to go to a process. And this is a process on the 7th step. In the paper there, it's written how they call. It's the same steps that were in the video that I showed you. The first one, just colors. Here the colors is starting to move, find new colors. They started to touch the neighbors, relationship with the neighbors, start putting limits. I start to find something new. There's something new, I really work on it. And here I am new. These are the idea. And here, when people make this, how important is this touching place here? If people have problems with touching the other one, physical, emotionally, get involved with other people, this part will be very difficult to connect. This one, to find a balance. Then we can think it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We have the whole week. Isn't the Wednesday the most difficult one? So far from the weekend. Huh?
It's kind of like changing the inertia, going backwards or staying stuck in the stages you're talking about, to moving forward.
Yeah. This is the most important step on going. If I think I am in the harbor, and this is the boat, and then I start and put my feet. Now the balance is the same. Isn't so easy to go to the harbor or to the boat. I'm there. If I don't choose what happened, I fall down on the water because it goes apart. And then this is the most important. The decisions are made here. I want to go in front. Or if you are treating with addictions, here is when the people must decide that I really want to do this treatment. I'm doing. Okay, you want me to paint red, I'll paint red. They accept what is the next.
What kind of responses, reactions do you have from clients in that when they get that floor space? Like, what do you see in their affect? What do you see in their, how they respond to that feeling of being there?
Yeah, sometimes they really got stuck and they don't want to continue. But if they manage, can you put a little bit more? Can you change something? Can you give this step forward? Then something happens. You don't go backwards, you go in front. This is the most important. Because here they can see there's a light outside. There's a way. Before I see this light, this way, I always go back to the safety place, even if it's a very bad place. But it's safe because I know. The unknown is difficult. And here is the part that if I take somebody to the unknown, I must really know that I can support him on the painting. Okay, let's go, let's try. If I think, let's go and do bungee hip jumping, I cannot put down that it's safety, 100% safety. Maybe you broke your leg, maybe that thing goes wrong and you die. I don't know, I cannot. But here in the paper, what harm can people do to themselves if they paint something here? It's a real safety place to fight. Nobody harms. If I take the clay and as much as I want, what does it? Maybe the finger, it hurts a little bit, but there's no harm. It's a very safety place to try to change. This is the whole idea here. Because if it's a psychodrama, I am shy people, come in front, speak to you. Oh. This is very safety place. Nobody will ever see if you don't want to. Just me and the patient. If he likes, he can put on the wall. If I don't like, I don't give him. If he makes something that I think it's not good for him to have at home, I have no, this one must be here, this one goes to the archives, or this one is, they are not, you're not taking home. If I think like the alcoholist, if he takes the painting without destroying, he can put on the wall. If he had already destroyed, I don't let him take. Then it's very important. And this is where the therapist is very active. And always pushing people in front to the good, to the light.
Do you ever have an instance where you allow the client to destroy or to work through destroying something that's really negative that he's worked with and work through into a positive?
Yeah.
Do you do that with another painting, or do you do it can you do it in one ceremony or something?
Yeah, of course. If people now take the clay and make, okay, no problem, start again. You had already something, now you have started from zero. Next time, think the changes are much smaller if you continue one work instead of going back, because now the clay, you must heat, you must find it, no air inside. It will give a lot of work to make the clay to start again, because the material is very important. Or we can take the painting, you don't like it, okay, we can wash it. Oh, a lot of water. We can take uma esponja, a sponge, and really take it out. We can do, it's really big scale what we can do, but always very small steps at a time. This is the most important thing. My students in Finland, in Finnish is vähitellen, the slowly. They said that I am like a ghost in the ears when they're painting home, the homework. Because they are, tomorrow I have to give 10 paintings homework. And they heard my vähitellen. Because it's really important to do it very slowly. Because changes that are very quickly, they don't stand. It's like I take a clay and I make a human being with clay. Who has done this? What happened? The clay doesn't, the legs doesn't support. It's really, the material doesn't support a human being. You must make a support, or you must make a dress, or you must make something that make it stand. And this is the most important thing, that the work must support itself. It cannot fall down. Time's over. Thank you. If you want, this is Anne Graber's Logotherapy book. It's the ideas of logotherapy here. It's very good. And I have also my book in LogoArt outside. It's a very simple one, but it's better than nothing. And it has my address. If you want questions here, you can ask. My writing English is worse than the speaking, sorry. But I will try. Thank you.